What's up guys, my name is MrJTekken, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to craft all variants of the Reagan Mark II as well as the base version in the new zombies map Shattered Vale. As of this video being out, I will be making the full Easter egg guide for you guys, so this should do for now. Also, if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you do that as it takes a bit of time for these videos to be made, but without further ado, let's get into the video. To get the free Reagan Mark II, the first thing you are going to want to do is get the Pack-a-Punch open so you have access to the SAM room. Once that is open, you're going to want to wait until round 10 to get a specific zombie with purple eyes in that room. When killed, the zombie is going to drop a floppy disk for you to pick up. You're then going to want to head over to the east foyer where you're going to see a fax machine that you can interact with. Once you place the floppy disk inside, you're going to see a screen that turns red and a bunch of vermins will spawn in. Once all the vermin are dead, you should be able to interact with the fax machine and look at a note that will give you a 4-letter word in all caps. This is where you're going to be using a code to transfer into numbers. Head over to the nursery or the PhD room and look at this chalkboard. You're going to see a bunch of grouped up letters. To explain, my word was crab. So I'm going to find out where the C is first, which is at the bottom middle that has 4 letters. So my first number will be 4. Then I'm going to find the letter R, which is on the top middle, and it's in the group with 6 letters. So my next number is 6. And so forth. The A is also in the 6 group and the B is in the 4 group. So my code is 4664. You'll then want to go back down to the SAM room into the tunnel where you're going to see a doppelgast behind a door. If you put the code that we just got into the keypad, it will open up. Once the doppelgast is out, kill him and pick up the arm that it drops. You'll then want to go to the armory, which is in the back of the tunnel, and if you place the arm on this scanner, you should get your free Ray Gun Mark II. Before you start any upgrade steps, you're gonna need an empty canister. There are only 3 on the map, so I'll show you how to get all of them now. The first one can be done by shooting crystals around the map with the Ray Gun Mark II. One can be found in the service tunnel, another can be found in the conservatory, another can be outside the nursery on the roof, and the last location can be found in the east foyer with the fax machine. Another way to get a canister is to use the Gersh device at this window and grab a canister out of the map. And the last way to get a canister is to go down to the SAM room and you're gonna see a tube with a zombie and a canister inside. Make sure you check the letter beside it before you do the step. After that, grab tomahawks and go over to the tunnel where you're going to see valves outside the map. Throw the tomahawks in the middle crank and the one that has the same letter beside the tube. Once that is done, you're going to go back to the tube and throw a Molotov at it to blow it up, and you're going to get your 3rd canister. To make the SMG variant, you're going to want to head to Shem's Hedge and place the canister inside this machine. Once placed, an abomination will spawn. Your job is to have this abomination shock 3 rocks in the circle and make them glow. Make sure you're doing this at the end of the round so you don't accidentally go down. Once all of the rocks are glowing, have the abomination charge into the rocks. You'll know you've done it right when all the rocks begin to float in the air. Once all of them are up, you'll need to defend the portal in between the rocks from vermin. For this, I would use the Mustang and Sally to get the splash damage, as well as using Frenzy Guard and decoys. Once you defend the portal, go back to the machine where you place the canister and bring it to the tunnel where you can craft the SMG variant. To make the shotgun variant, you're going to want to find an essence bomb hidden inside a white box around the map. These can be found anywhere, usually on a wall, anywhere on the map. I'll be showing you a few locations, but if they aren't in these, just keep looking and you'll eventually find it. Once you find the bomb, head to the tunnel and place the bomb on this rubble, which will reveal a new area in the map. Head to the back of the room and place the canister inside this machine. You're now going to need to find 2 mirrors, which can be found in the fountain next to Quick Revive and the fountain outside of the PhD room. Head back to the secret room and place the 2 mirrors on poles in the room. You're then going to need to position them so you can get them to shine at a doppelgast statue. Once positioned, melee the crystal and kill the doppelgast. Repeat this 2 more times to the other statues, and once that's done, bring the canister from the machine to Richtofen's bedroom, where you can craft the shotgun variant. To make the marksman rifle variant, head to the conservatory and place a canister in this machine. You're now going to need to find 4 plant seeds around the map. Outside the mansion, you're going to see these pods that you can use your lethal grenade on and it'll drop a seed. These have multiple spawns, however, if you get a seed from it, they will no longer spawn on the map. To make it simple, you can find 1 in spawn, Shem's Hedge, in front of the mansion, or in the back of the mansion. Note they may not spawn in the same locations as me, but they will most likely be close to them. Head back to the conservatory, and now you're going to see some plant box thingies where you have to place a seed in it for it to grow. Once you place the seeds, zombies will spawn trying to stop them. Make sure you do this 1 at a time if you're doing this solo, as it is very difficult for all of them at once. After you've allowed all 4 seeds to grow, pick up the canister and bring it to spawn to craft the marksman rifle variant. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy and would like to see some more Black Ops 6 Zombies content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.